It's Week 10 of the NFL. And here comes Denzel Ward. He got the QB not once, but twice last week with a pair of interceptions. It's the Browns and the Ravens, just ahead on EA Sports.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. Brandon Gaunt alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Ravens in this matchup. It's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be balanced on offense, which means to them, they'll want everyone involved. See if they can get some one-on-ones in the passing game. Maybe identify some situations where they can swing the ball to the backs in space. Even find some spots where they just want to play some old-fashioned power football. As one of the most successful coaches in the league told us once, the definition of balanced offense, that means you can do what you want when you want to, not necessarily just running it 50% of the time.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They will be led out by their dual-threat quarterback, the veteran from Clemson. It's Deshaun Watson.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Watson's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. This defense for the Ravens, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Off of play action, it's Watson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 10 more there and another first down. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
On 2nd and goal, Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Harrison Bryant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore.
I do believe we came here to see a game, didn't we? And it looks like he's running what we call routes versus air.
Cade York for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he'll be taken down at the 18. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And he's going to have a Ravens first down as the tackle made just shy of the 30. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Now it's Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. 3 and 5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5 and 5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3 and 6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Watson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10, Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So incomplete. Certainly one they need to have back as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go. We've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a first or a second seed come playoff time. Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Ravens at 7-1 now on the year. And they've been cooking these last couple months. Winners is 7 of their last 8 games.
And as much as we hate to play this game, you know I'm going to do it anyway. Extrapolate that over a full season. What does that come out to, partner? 14-2. And anyone in the NFL, they'd sign up for that record, that's for sure.
First carry now for Gus Edwards. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First catch there for OBJ, and that good for a first down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. 41 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
If they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well, right at them and right up the middle.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for the first down. They get 5 out of that one, and it gives a chance. These two teams, they lead way back in the season opener. And it was the Ravens getting the road victory in that one, so now they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Baltimore. Another run here with Dobbins. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. On 3rd down, Jackson. Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Tucker's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So here are the Browns to take over. They got the victory last week. That was against Jacksonville, and they lead this one as well right now out in front here. They've got it 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. To throw is Watson. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. That'll give him 8 time. And 4th down. We can make this one pretty simple.
His progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he will have a Ravens first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Dobbins running out of the gun. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Jackson from the shotgun. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 44-yard line. Got a man that's caught inside the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 37 yards.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Jackson now. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. And Jackson throwing once more. Touchdown! Odell Beckham. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Tucker with the extra point. It's now 10 to 7. So that drive goes lead plays. TBJ, Odell Beckham, who ends it with a touchdown reception. Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. On 1st and 10, Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the interception, here's Jackson. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. Well, sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI called at just about any point during his route, and I think a lot of teams have taken it.
And in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins from 10 yards out. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. These guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going out wide, finds Chubb. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Back to throw, Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On to a look at the next-gen stats for the Browns in that first half. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And Dobbins, he is not going to get there. They stop him short of the line to gain. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the 2nd half.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD. That's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Tyus Bowser. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
And just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
And they'll begin by running the option.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Now Jackson. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a 1st down. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. From the 27, Watson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. Complete on a quick throw to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Faking the give, now Watson. Complete to Bryant. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Now Watson. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Hamilton running out from his safety spot and winning the sack.
Driving started well. It's kind of now slowed down a bit. And let's face it, they don't want to pump the ball back-to-back series. They want a sustained drive on this one.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Now back to throw.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
He was very close to a 1st down, but from right up spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a 2nd straight play. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 3rd down, Jackson.
That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, that's going to leave it wrong because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson, options out left.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Jackson's throws on target to Duvernay. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And he's got it.
And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Dobbins once more. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line. 3rd and goal, Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Isaiah Likely, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Tucker with the extra point. And make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now it's Watson. Throw complete to Bell. So he stopped for no gain, and it'll be 2nd down. Out of the gun, Watson. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Watson on 1st down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. He's got the connection to Cooper. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Watson looks to throw again. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. Now then after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Watson. And a quick throw here that's complete. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. To throw is Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. This is caught at the 20. And he's going to pick up the Browns' 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Watson now to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Schwartz. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. Here's Watson. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And it'll be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. Back to throw, Watson. Able to shake him off. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Now Chubb running right. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. This likely a must-have, 3rd and goal. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Donovan Peoples-Jones, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
So now it's Watson and the Browns, down by 13, 45 seconds remaining. Watson. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. To throw, Watson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Watson. Got a man, it's short, it's complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Pretty good yards after the catch there on that crossing route. Is a crossing route good for a quarterback because the receiver's coming across his line of vision?
They love those kind of throws, and how many times have you seen any of what we call an in-breaking route? Quarterback really turns it loose, doesn't he? Has a lot more confidence because he can see the play right in front of him.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Watson's throw hauled in by Bell. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. So it's a win here for the Ravens. It was just too much for Lamar Jackson. He really played well.
Yeah, I love what you saw. He was on point the whole game. Wound up going over 300 yards with 3 touchdown passes. That will definitely get the job done.
So for Baltimore, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.